Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video. And I'll show you this picture. This is a picture of my daddy. I believe he was about 3 or 4 here. My sister actually colorized it because it's a black and white. And she dropped that in the Facebook group and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Look at his little pursed lips here. He was clearly not wanting to take this picture, but he's so cute. So what I pulled out here is the Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. I don't even know which month, you guys. I want to say it's March. It is actually Echo Park's Telling Our Story, and I picked it because look at the colors, you guys. That looks so good. There's like this little ledger here. There's a stripe. I'll probably use the stripe, I think. There's a cute floral, this little tone on tone, a little plaid, which is a little masculine. I love these little picture frames. I might normally consider cutting those out, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe a little bit lazy. And I kind of like this plaid. So I don't know my design yet. Of course, I do have a couple pieces of basil cardstock. It is Whirlpool. So we'll see what I end up with here. I kind of want to use this floral. I kind of like this combination. So we'll see what I come up with this. And then the other thing is it has these little stickers. You know, there's this is us isn't going to work, but there's a cute camera, things like that. This is kind of cute. And then there's some little stickers here. What I really want to use though is this thing that says a little bit dramatic. This is from Thicker's My Story collection. I think it goes with the Chanel collection, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, a little bit dramatic just seems so cute because there's a little face here. So that's my plan. And then there's little stars and things I can use. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do from my design perspective, and I'll be back on in a minute.
Okay, you guys, so what I've decided to do, honestly, was a really simple layout with just 3 vertical little bands. And so I'm going to use the plaid as like the background, but I will frame it with one of the basil pieces. And I'll actually gut the basil piece as well because I'm going to use it as a photo mat. But I've decided to just do this real simple little, like I said, vertical band thing. Now, I will tell you that after doing the layout, I wished I had reversed the order in a sense. Like, so I'm going to put this, the stripe on the left, and then I'm going to put the little tone-on-tone corally piece, and then I'll put the flowers on the right. And once I kind of put my tile and everything down, I really almost wished I had flipped my floral and my stripe. But at the time I did this, I didn't actually know exactly what I was going to do. So it is what it is, and it's still adorable and cute and all that kind of stuff, but I just kind of almost wished I'd flipped them. So what I did cut was the bands in 3-inch wide stripes, and then I cut them down to 10 inches. So they're going to go across the middle of the page, which I'm sure by now, frankly, you might could have guessed that when I started cutting it. I don't know. I'm going to trim down this little plaid here by basically 1/4 inch, and then I will scuff the edges of all the papers. I have to kind of think about this one. I had to make sure it was 1/4 inch. I could remember for sure. I will tell you, when I laid down my little 3 papers there, one of them looks like it's on there crooked, but I don't know. I don't know if I did something I don't know. It's fine. You can't really tell, but I lay it down and I kind of mess with it because it looks a little crooked to me. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my little Tim Holtz scufferator here on the edges of my papers. And I'll do that actually, like I said, on all the pattern papers. I will use my Nuvo glue to glue down the plaid to the little basil piece. Okay, by the way, one of my subbies was so sweet. She said, hey, by the way, you've mentioned that you lost the top to your My Sweet Petunia Nuvo, this thing here. And I had misplaced it. In my head, I'm going, did I throw that thing away? Like I did not. I was intentionally not throwing it away, but I couldn't find it. And she was so kind. She dropped a comment. I need to go back and look at it. I did make note of it, but she was saying, like, here's where you can get a replacement top. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. However, I found my top. It was actually, I was looking for something totally different. Completely, this is how this works, right? I had put it somewhere that I go, oh, I want to keep it here because I don't want to forget where I put it. And then I forgot where I put it. And then I was looking for something totally different. And I found the little box because I had kept the cap in the little box the glue gun thing had come in on purpose. Because I'm like, I know I'm going to need this. And there it was. It was right there in that little box. So I have found it. So that being said, it is entirely possible I'll lose it again. And so I did make a note. I wrote it down. I don't have it in front of me, so that's why I can't remember right off the top of my head. But she was so sweet to tell me where to get those replacements. So if you happen to buy My Petunia thing here, and then you lose your top, well, go back and look at one of my recent videos and look at the comments because somebody told you where to get it. So that was so sweet. I love this community when y'all give little hints and things. It's very sweet of you. I appreciate it because y'all, I'm a crazy person. I'm telling you, and I can't find things sometimes, and I do stuff and all other things. Anyways, okay, so I have scuffed all my papers, and my photo here I had printed kind of by accident with a double border. I couldn't figure out my selfie settings for a minute. I did figure out what I had done wrong, but I had kind of double bordered it, so it has a real wide border, but I'm not sad about it. I think it actually looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and I've matted it with that little basil piece that I had gutted out of the big one. And this is now where I'm going to start. I'm kind of measuring the center here. I want to make sure I put it. I did know I wanted this tone on tone in the middle because it was the darkest of the three. And I go, okay, this is going to look good in the middle. And it does. But this is where, like I said, in hindsight, well, again, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. So I had the floral on the right and the stripes on the left. And after I get the title and stuff down, you can see it, but it's a little harder to see on the floral. And I kind of almost wished I had flipped those two. But by the time I realized what I was doing, it was too late, you guys. So in for a penny, in for a pound, I just went ahead and went all the way in there. So I had those pieces, and then there was this little sticker sheet that came with my little set here, and I thought, okay, I can make little horizontal stripes. And I like the black and white. I really like the black and white on here because I'm going to bring in that black and white with a couple of other little pieces. And I think this looks neat. I will have to pull my T-square out because I start messing with it, and I lay it all down all there. And in a minute, I'm going to be like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look even. And I will get my T-square out in just a second. And I'll actually move it around just a little bit because I'm actually even starting off. Initially, I had the photo kind of dead center, and I decided it wasn't going to work because the title with that little bit dramatic is a little bit wide. So I realized after I stuck all this stuff down that dramatic was not going to fit on the right-hand side. And I needed it on the right because he's kind of looking that way. And I realized it wasn't going to fit after I kind of messed with it. So I mess with this and get it just right, using my T-square and everything. And then I'll even glue the photo down. I'll take my ATG. Thankfully, I used the ATG versus the Nuvo glue because that would have been a hot mess. But I'll use I actually decide also in a second to put foam behind my photo. So that's the other thing. I'm going to cut away and do that. I've got the foam behind my photo. And I decided to put black cardstock around my photo. I thought that made it stick out really good too. So here's where I'm going to start messing with this title. And y'all, I'm going to cut away too in a second. I don't know what it is about the manufacturing process of these stickers. They either never stick or they stick to the little backing sheet so hard you can't hardly get it off. So this is one of those that it's sticking so hard to the backing sheet I can't hardly get it off. And so it takes me a full 5 minutes. I say that. It's not really 5 minutes. It takes me a few minutes to get this word off of this backing sheet, and I still end up tearing stuff up, and I have to peel it off the back. So you'll get to see me enjoy that process. Here's me kind of having to pull see this little baby bits that kind of stick. I don't really know why that is. It has something to do, I guess, with how deep they cut into the little backing sheet or something or whatever. But, I mean, at least I appreciate they do stick. I start off, like I said, a little bit up here, and I realize, no, that's not going to work. And I even start to stick it down there like that because I kind of wanted the title a little bit higher initially. But I decide, no, that's not actually going to work. I'm going to end up having to bring that down in just a minute. And also, I thought he was a little far to the left. So I'm going to bring that down where dramatic is kind of underneath the photo in just a second. It's still going to be to the right. I mean, it's not like it's under the photo, like centered or anything. But I'm going to bring it down where the D, the little neck of the D or whatever that's called, the top part is going to be down below. So that's where that's going to end up going. I love this font, though. I think this is so pretty, that little handwritten looking font. So I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me fight the rest of these. Take me just a second to get all these off. But now you can kind of see where I've got the title. And this is what I mean about the florals. It's a little hard to see on there. You can see it in real life. And in fact, on one of the stills toward the end, you can kind of tell that you can see it. But I will say it's just on film for certain, the florals, it's a little more difficult to see. So I'm going to go back through my sticker sheets here, and I find this little camera, and I stuck it down there. And then this little picture frame, I start off with it kind of vertical, and I'm going to actually end up sticking it behind the photo in just a second. I'm going to put it vertical first and then go, no, I don't like that, and I'll turn it horizontal in just a second. I was trying to stick with everything I have in this little set here, this little collection, because I really didn't want to try to dig through. I don't really have as much stuff out right now because I've got stuff kind of packed away. And it's harder, and plus, and frankly, I've organized things a little differently, and I don't know. I can't, call to memory exactly where a thing is right now. And actually, I'm sitting here thinking through this. I don't even know where my color binder is. So my point is, I don't have as much to play with, so I'm kind of sticking with the stuff that's in my little collections here. So I just have these stickers. Otherwise, I might have done something just a little bit different here and there, using a little more dimensional things. But I got this little sticker frame and then this little stamp looking thing. It says you and me at the bottom, so I do tuck that in behind the photo. I do like this little thing that says leaving a legacy, which is kind of funny. When you think about like he's being dramatic and he's kind of pursing his lips and all that, and it's my daddy. So I think that's kind of funny. I stick that little sticker up there, that little my story, telling or something about story or something. Then I like these little black and white hearts. I'm going to kind of put these around. I'll end up having to use Nuvo glue though, because they don't want to stick real good either. Like I said, I don't know what it is. I think I moved. Do I move that heart? Maybe not. I'll come in with the little stars and stuff on the foam, the thickers here in just a moment. I do put foam up underneath that leaving a legacy sticker there. This actually turns into just a very basic, simple layout, you guys. It's not overly complicated. I didn't have a bunch of extra, tools or, mixed medias or anything like that. So this is a real nice layout if you're kind of a beginner or whatever. It's a good little simple layout. Or if you're in a hurry. I mean, honestly, sometimes we're trying to get stuff done in a hurry, and I thought this is a little easy, simple layout to do. So I hadn't glued everything down, you guys, because when I first laid down those vertical stripes, I wasn't sure how I was going to do it exactly. So I had just done like one little strip of ATG, so I ended up having to go back in and add a few little more ATG strips under the ends of the papers in just a minute. And this is where I'm going to poke through these little thickers here to find the little hearts, or I think it's stars, I think is what I pull out, that are in the right colors. A couple of them are not the right color, so I'll have to ignore those, but I find a few little pieces that go. And I also should have probably I don't know the actual date or anything. I'm totally guessing how old he is, so I don't actually write anything. I might write his name on the back or something, but I don't do a lot of journaling on this because I just think it's, it's just cute. I did stick that sticker on the top of the photo there too because it's kind of cute. It was black and white and all that kind of stuff. And I think, you guys, I kind of touch and play or whatever. Here's where I take that glue out of these stickers. Probably should have cut this part out. Y'all don't need to see all that, but I do have to kind of glue these down with Nuvo because they almost did not want to stick. And that's all I'm going to do the layout, you guys. This one was quick and easy, so I really appreciate you guys watching, especially after my card video was 30 minutes long. So if you guys sat through that, bless your little hearts. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Bye.